The perspective and lip fillers on this one got some nerve.
Come on, y'all. She asked you nicely to not visit part of your own country. Why didn't you listen? It was nice. She said please. You know, I always find it interesting when young people who haven't lived through any part of history that they gain their oppression status from have so much to say about other people's actions. The amount of narcissism that it takes to think you can tell other people not to travel to part of their own country and grow your economy, might I add, is next level. Now, it's quite obvious that what this post has to do with is not history. It has to do with the human desire for power. We see this all the time. We see people using their identities or their victim status to control the actions of others. We saw this in the marches in 2020 when you had white people bowing down to other people because they had more pigmentation in their skin. It's clear in this video that this woman here gets a high from thinking she can control other people's actions based off of her identity. Now, I don't think wanting power is a bad thing. I just think it should be earned and handled responsibly and equally. I also think it's hypocritical that the same desire for you to tell people not to come to your state because of your inherent want for power is the same desire that told people to come to your state and take it over. Culture should be shared amongst people. We should come together as human beings and recognize things that each culture can bring to the table. But I guess saying that wouldn't feed your narcissistic victim complex, would it?
Number one, that was projection. That was textbook, self-centered, entitled, narcissistic. Oh, I can't come to where you want me to come. Victimization right there. You see what I'm saying? He calling her a victim while he playing victim for saying, how you gonna tell me I can't come to my own country? Number two, Hawaii was literally on fire and burnt down. And these folks is so self-centered and entitled, they trying to argue with Hawaiians about why they still should be able to vacation. But he called her narcissistic. Number three, this man talked all this smack about history and called her hypocritical. You see what I'm saying? And said you believe power should be earned equally and then said something about a country being taken over. You know what I'm saying? You called her the state. It really was a kingdom. This is a picture, though, y'all, of the Honolulu Rifles. You see what I'm saying? A picture of colonizers that, based off of their identity, want to control the actions of other people. They literally held the king of the Kingdom of Hawaii at gunpoint and said, hey, listen, man. Sign over the land rights and the voting rights to your people, or I'm going to pop you and everybody in here. So, of course, King David had to do what he had to do. You see what I'm saying? But he being hypocritical, though. Number four, speaking of being hypocritical and talking about, I believe that culture should be shared. I'm going to get to what you said before that just a minute ago. But listen, yo, these are the children of the missionaries that went to Hawaii that was sharing their culture with them, and they literally came back to take over their country. You see what I'm saying? Overthrew the kingdom in the name of tourism, sugarcane, and business. Number five, don't that sound familiar, y'all? We gonna come in, preach to you about the gospel of Jesus, and then we gonna turn Judas to be on you. That is the history illustrated of a European missionaries coming to set up shop. Number six, this man literally said, I also think it's hypocritical that the same desire for you not to want people to come to your state because your inherent want for power is the same desire that told people to come to your state and take it over. And he followed that statement by saying, culture should be shared amongst people. What in the colonial contradictions is going on here? Number seven, this is a picture of Sanford Dole, an individual that, based off of his identity, wanted to control the actions of an entire island and westernize it and get it overthrown. Number eight, don't take my word for it. Research over me searching. I'm using Wikipedia too. I'm baiting somebody to bet me on this one. Sanford Dole was an American Hawaiian lawyer and jurist. He lived through the periods of Hawaii and Kingdom, Proctorate, Republic, and Territory. He was a Hawaiian-born descendant of American missionary community in Hawaii. Dole advocated for the westernization of Hawaii government and control. After the overthrow of the monarchy that he helped usher in far away, he served as the governor, secured Hawaii's annexation into the United States. So we kept on talking about we can't come to your state. The reason why it's a state now is because individuals like Sanford Dole and Lip Filler Buddy do not respect the humanity of culture of individuals when they be nice to them and let them on their land. Number nine, Culture should be shared and power should be earned and handled equally. Listen, man, these folks convinced the military of America to be able to come over to Hawaii and overthrow the kingdom of Queen Lili, because I don't know how to say her name. But listen, man, hypocritical. I'm talking about we get taught history through the perspective of colonizers that love to romanticize and sanitize what actually happened. Number 10, when he said we see people using their identities and victim statuses to control people all the time. He was talking about us, wasn't he? And speaking of us, y'all, this next video I'm about to play is an example of what you should not say, and it's going to literally outline the more Hawaiian history from the voice and perspective of a Hawaiian.
Okay, so I need y'all to educate me on Hawaii and tourism. How come they want people to stop coming there? When things like the Maui fire happen, they want our resources. They need help. They need donations from other people. How would those places be able to thrive without tourism? I don't understand. Ain't nobody gonna say it, but I will.
I think this is really sad. This is not a shot nor disrespect intended to you, but to ask that question means that you have a very colonized mindset. You think the way of a colonizer. I'm not from Hawaii, so I'm going to put this in indigenous terms of people that have been affected by colonization. The indigenous, in this case, the people of Hawaii, Hawaiian way of life and mindset when it comes to living, use of land and money is not the same as Americans. Now, do you really think that if not for tourism, the people of Hawaii wouldn't be able to survive? There's lots of places with palm trees and beaches that survive without tourism. Tourism is the only way America can survive in Hawaii. Now, if you understand that, then follow the next concept. Imagine I break into your house. I take your house and I say, this is now my house, and I'm going to make a lot of money out of your house. I'm going to build y'all some dog houses around the house because I'm going to need people to work for me. That's where y'all going to live. Now, if you want, you can come in the house and I'll give y'all jobs on this house that I stolen from you. Then y'all can set the mood for the tourists to come here. Y'all got a dope culture. We're going to pimp that too. Y'all take this little bit back to your dog houses, and then we're going to take all of this. Now, the next concept. Who do you think really loves the land? Even though the land was stolen by America and they're pimping the land and the people for all it's worth, when disaster strikes, even though the indigenous people are living in a doghouse, they still know that that is their land. So you're criticizing the people of Hawaii for saying, look, y'all need to do something. You made all this money here. Fix it and get the fuck out. And take them entitled ass tourists with you. Only somebody with a colonized mind would fix their mouth to say, when disaster strikes, y'all Hawaiians, the indigenous people, now want our money and resources. That's the money that they stole from the people, my brother.
Number 11, like that last clip is illustrated, historically speaking, when y'all regurgitate the speaking points about tourism and how this drives the economy of Hawaii, that was manufactured by the colonists and businessmen that took over and overthrew Hawaii. You see what I'm saying? But I'll give y'all a benefit of the doubt because obviously the argument was so convincing. That's how they was able to convince the American military to help them in overthrowing the kingdom even before Hawaii was a state. Y'all know that Hawaii state got annexed in the 1950s, right? So I don't want to hear nothing about, you feel me? This was so long ago, it's so in the past, let it go. Man, my grandpa was born in the 1950s. Number 12, speaking of family, y'all know Sanford Dole, the dude that was able to help overthrow the monarchy in Hawaii. He's also kinfolks with the founder of the Dole pineapples. Number 13, just like a lot of those Hawaiian resorts being built on the blood and bones of Hawaiian indigenous people, we know that the Dole Company was also the same thing. The Hawaiian Pineapple Company, founded by James Dole, is known all over the world as the Dole Food Company, one of the most recognized brands in the world today. Number 14, this is a great example of how colonialism throughout the world operates. You see what I'm saying? Europeans come, they say, close your land. I'm going to get this Bible in your hand. And when you open your eyes, they got the land. They got the resources. That's really how it goes. Lip injections, cuz, really hit us with the, I'm an American and I can go to any state in this country I want to because that's my identity. I don't care if the people in this state have a lack of resources or if the state gets caught on fire. I can go anywhere I please because I deserve to be able to go on vacation and my vacation money runs your economy. I forgot what number I'm on, but think about it in conclusion. It's so bad in Hawaii right now that the governor of the state is encouraging the locals to take on individuals inside their home because they have a lack of housing. They have a lack of water. You see what I'm saying? They have a lack of food. And this individual is trying to argue with them about why they should be able to go to other parts of the island. Do y'all recognize that the natives that's a part of Hawaii, they got family members that's probably all throughout the state? You see what I'm saying? So when y'all being self-centered and being goddamn selfish and being narcissistic, how y'all want to put it, you see what I'm saying? really think about what the implications of your desires have. You see what I'm saying? And think about it like this. Does your identity of being a naturalized American citizen override the indigenous rights of people in Hawaii? I know you was taught so, but it don't. See what I'm saying? It's inhumane and immoral. You feel me? Last thing I say for real is, when you think about it, colonialism was inspired by the devil. There's no other explanation.
Same waters that our people just died in 3 days ago are the same waters the very next day these visitors, tourists were swimming in. And that says a lot about where their heart and mind is through all of this and where our heart and mind is though. You don't see our people swimming, snorkeling, surfing. Nobody is having fun in tragedy and continuing their lives like nothing has happened. There is two Hawaiis right now. There's the Hawaii we're living in and the Hawaii they're living in, they're visiting in.
I ain't done yet. See, this as like the ending credits to my little short film. So the video started with the captions of Hawaiians respectively asking people not to visit, and Buddy responded with telling her, this why we took over your land, and this is why you got a victim status, and this, that, and the other. To me, it reminded me of when black folks be like, that's why you can't season your food. And then they respond with calling you a thug, monkey, criminal that don't know his dad. Escalate quickly, don't it? Hey, man, don't think deeply about shallow shit. Shirts available, and don't mind my pit sweat. But look, shirts available on the internet right now, on the website, I mean.